Hogan for you.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, your special super middleweight contest of 6 3-minute rounds. Introducing to you firstly in the red corner, wearing the white trunks with red and black trim. He comes from Bulgaria and weighs in at 11 stones, 13 pounds. Engaging tonight in his 6th contest. Please welcome Georgi Iliev. We go across to the blue corner for a gentleman who already needs no introduction. He's wearing Irish green trunks with white trim. He fights out of Dublin and weighs in at 12 stone, 1 pound. He comes to the ring as a former 2008 Beijing Olympic bronze medalist, making his professional debut. He is Darren Daz Sutherlands. Your timekeeper is Mr. Mel Sutcliffe. Your referee at the bell is David Irvin. This is 6 3-minute rounds. Boxers, please.
Go on. Okay. I've explained the rules to you in the dressing rooms, okay? Obey my every command, okay? And defend yourselves at all time. Okay, George? Good luck. Touch gloves.
No vests, no head guards, no computer scoring anymore. This is the pros. An amateur success, no guarantee that it will translate into professional stardom. Ask Audley Harrison and a few others. Pro debut bound to be nerves for Irish hero Darren Sutherland, with an expectant crowd here against the Bulgarian Georgi Iliev, who did have a first-round knockout win on his only previous visit to Ireland in Limerick.
You have to remember too, this is a big night for Iliev. I mean, what a scalp this would be, and he's going for it.
Well, he's going for big haymakers. Iliev, remembering that Limerick experience, perhaps.
And he's landed a good solid jab too, but Sutherland very composed looking. There's a solid look about him. Chin down nice and low, hands up. Looks to have natural power.
Fighting as a pro in the super middleweight division. That was the division that gave Joe Calzaghe such stardom. In Ireland, they hope he'll become a new Steve Collins or Barry McGuigan or Wayne McCullough. But remember, their last gold medalist, Michael Carruth,
he's hurt him a couple of times.
He's really hurt here and marked up to Iliev by these heavy shots from Sutherland. He's sagging already and badly cut around the cheekbone, Iliev.
Yeah, the body shot took a lot out of him, then followed by the head shot. He's felt the power. The sting's gone out of his own punches. He's flat-footed. May not last too much longer, this.
3 of his 4 defeats have come by stoppage, Iliev. And he's been hurt already by the debutant dazzler, Darren Sutherland, as they call him. Taking his punches, another one to the body, and a right to the body, and a left to the head, all from Sutherland. And another big right, and Iliev's hurt, and he's unsteady on his legs now, and he might be ready to be taken.
I think all ambition's been knocked out of him. He was throwing good solid punches in the first minute or so. Don't see them now. I think he feels the end is in sight himself. Lovely jab.
Heavy jab. Looks quite heavy-handed, Sutherland. Just an initial impression. Not rushing too much either. Good control about him. Here's that jab again. Oh, big left to the body. Thumping punch. I thought Iliev was going to go down from that. Oh, and he's really shaken up. Another right. It's all over. He's done it in the first round. Great debut. Big night. Darren Sutherland. Maybe a star is born.
Yeah, well, big things expected of him, and he produced tonight. Excellent. The fact he took everything out of Iliev with one shot, well, I think it's necessary if you're going to be boxing in the super middleweight division. You have the power to do that, and I think he showed He has an excellent future ahead of him. He was controlled, he was precise, didn't take any silly punches himself. Even when he had Iliev on the verge of KO, he still took his time and did it properly. But that was a very, very impressive debut.
Looked cool and menacing, I thought, tonight, Darren Sutherland. Frank Maloney, his promoter, says that this is the most exciting signing he's made since his world heavyweight champion Lennox Lewis. And his success rate was 57%, which, believe me, is sky high.
Yeah, that's very accurate, keeping in mind Iliev was a sitting target after the body shot landed. It just seemed to take everything away from him. And you can see that's the body shot that actually made the big noise. It looked good, it sounded good, and at this point, the fight was all over. The referee did exactly the right thing. He was shipping punishment. The fight had been knocked out of him. He had nothing left to offer. Face badly banged up. He was just going to be picked off from this stage onwards. I mean, look how tired the legs look, and this is only in the opening round. Everything had been knocked out of him, leaving the referee no choice. Very impressive.
Couldn't have done it better, but it was, just to put it in perspective, against an opponent who has been stopped 4 times in his 6 contests. Of course, the tests get much, much harder, but Darren Sutherland could not have made a better debut than that.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the time, 2 minutes and 44 seconds of the first round. Referee having stopped the contest. Your winner on his professional debut from Dublin, Darren Daz Sutherland.
You've had your instructions in the dressing room, gentlemen. You know what I expect. Touch gloves. Good luck.
So with the nerves and butterflies extracted from Dublin, and that media interest in the professional debut, this is where the education and development really starts. Second fight against the more experienced pro, Sergei Navarka from Belarus. What are we going to see from Sutherland tonight? First round, first fight, he was well, dazzling.
Yeah, he looks like a fighter who is really going to be suited to the pro game. You know, he moves around like a pro, delivers punches like a pro. It'll probably be a little while before he's really tested as a pro, but certainly all the attributes look to be in place. So we expect we're looking at a star of the future here.
The word is he's in hot sparring sessions with good level fighters already in London. The 26-year-old. Fast hands there. Nice meaty shots and a good jab he possesses.
Yeah, I noticed in his debut he was heavy-handed. You know, he didn't have to wind any of the punches up. So to his credit, Navarka giving it a go here in the opening round. So Sutherland just doesn't want to get drawn into anything, just keep it tidy. That one caught on the elbow. Looked like it was heading a little bit low.
Already a relaxed and controlled feel about the work of Darren Sutherland. Face reddened of Navarka, who's trying to throw his own punches, but he's getting beaten back with that jab. Good defense, thinking about it, lovely, put that together beautifully.
Navarka was shaken by those.
Yeah, he just gripped in on his gum shield there. The Belarusian, and the hand speed and combinations are proving too much. Good body shot too. All Sutherland again. Oh, lovely body shot, cracking in with the right hook.
Yeah, he's picking these punches beautifully. He's moving in and out of range, everything nice and smooth. Navarka's been giving it a go for the first couple of minutes, but you can see the class coming from Sutherland.
He's only won 6 of 28, Navarka. He's on a losing run, but that's to be expected, obviously. And Sutherland is doing the job emphatically again at the moment. Right hand's doubling up, and there's the jab, and there's a lovely look about him.
Well, Navarca's taken a couple of stiff shots, but still keeps coming, which is good. So at least he's making Sutherland work. More so than he had to do in his debut, so this is better.
Good first round, though, for Darren Sutherland.
And then throw that right hand underneath. As soon as you get in closer.
Brian Lawrence chosen as the man to guide Darren Sutherland, three-time All-Irish champion, Olympic bronze medalist. The pedigree's there.
Yeah, well, I know his corner have been calling for better use of the jab. Well, I think we saw some of that. That was the left hook there, but quite often a good solid stiff jab looked to break Navarca up.
The all-green of the proud Dubliner Darren Sutherland, who was front and back page news when we were over there for his pro debut. And he gets straight down to business again in this second round. Up against Sergei Navarca, 29-year-old from Belarus, who's taken some heavy shots in the first. Good right hand. Starting to find the head now, Sutherland, with cleaner work.
I think Sutherland timing them slightly better at the beginning of this round. Maybe just didn't have quite the snap in the opening round that we saw in his debut. I think we have to give Navarca a little bit of credit. He looks fairly tough as well. But when you start timing the punches better, then there's that little bit extra snap. Good left hook.
And Navarca brave and spirited. Sutherland, just a lovely poise and relax as he's coming in and out with that jab, the feet working. He's got the look, Jim, of a good fighter, you know, it's only his second outing.
Yeah, we'll just see how he copes if Navarca keeps coming at him. Navarca hasn't been discouraged yet. Sutherland's produced some excellent work, but this guy's still trying to walk him down, still trying to make a fight of it.
It's fiery from Navarca. Now Sutherland again tries to control him up with that jab. The following right hands, not quite landing.
Well, this is the kind of matches you need for a young fighter. No matches where he's going to win them, but he has to work to stay in control. Then he's going to develop. So, I mean, he's winning this by a mile, but not quite having all his own way. Navarca, to his credit, a good shot to the top of the head there. Timing them better, so you see the difference in the snap and the punches when he starts timing them well.
Accuracy to the body, then the head from Sutherland. As Navarca tries to crowd the Irishman. Trying a cool head, though, under a little bit of pressure, Sutherland. Just looking for ticks in the boxes at the moment, aren't we, Jim?
Yeah, and probably when an opponent just keeps coming straight at you, then you want to meet him with a good solid jab. Sutherland hasn't done that quite so often this round, so Navarca's getting close. That was a good shot.
And the right hand is working. Sutherland, concentration.
See, now we're seeing the jab. You can see the way that stopped Navarca in his tracks there. But still looking lively, still making a nuisance of himself. Sutherland's having to work.
New car?
Yes. Want to try it?
The new Renault Laguna GT has four-wheel steering system for greater precision and better feel.
Not bad.
Once you've driven it, it's hard to drive anything else. The Renault Laguna 2009 range with annual road tax from only €156, 3 years or 150,000 kilometers warranty, and a 5-star Euro NCAP safety rating.
Darren Sutherland in control here in fight number 2. Technically boxing well as well. 23-0, what a stat after 6 minutes.
Yeah, and you would expect the accumulation of punches maybe to start discouraging Navarca now. When he's done well, he's pushing himself forward for 2 rounds. But you wonder just how long you can keep the enthusiasm going.
Sergei Navarka has extended Darren Sutherland into round 3. All eyes at the moment on these Olympic fighters. Some who won medals, some who didn't, who are turning over. Tony Jeffries last week, James DeGale, Frankie Gavin, Billy Joe Saunders. Here's Darren Sutherland, one of the better ones. Looking good at the moment, and immediately Phil Edwards there at the start of the third calls it off. It was an unanswered volley. He might have thought it was a bit premature, Navarka, but it was very one-sided, Jim.
Yeah, but well, the stats told you that at the beginning of the round. Probably Navarka feels that the punches he took there weren't any worse than the punches they'd already taken in the first couple of rounds, but it was one-sided, it wasn't competitive. And I don't suppose there was much more point letting it continue, and Sutherland was beginning to dig the punches in. He was timing them better. So as I say, the referee, his job is to stop problems from happening, and you can see how cleanly the punches were landing now. I mean, those were unanswered, they were clean, the snap was in the shots, so you can't really argue with the stoppage. He was either going to stop it now or stop it a minute from now, so what was the difference? Better doing it now before any damage takes.
Commentary team, Jim Watt and Adam Smith.
Shake hands, come out boxing.
To assess the professional prospects of the prestigious, hard-hitting former amateur star Darren Sutherland. And he's been matched with his old rival James DeGale's first foe in Vebkia Chilaya. DeGale fought Chilaya in February, couldn't prize him open. He was booed by the Birmingham crowd, and Sutherland will look to make some sort of a statement.
Yeah, well, Chilaya against DeGale, he always looked capable of doing better than he was producing. So Sutherland doesn't want to go in thinking, want to blast this guy out of there and show DeGale up. He just wants to do the job the way we do any other job, but make this fellow fight. DeGale too often stood off and allowed him to do as he pleased. So Sutherland will want to keep him engaging. Although having said that, Chilaya looks a little bit livelier already. Will it last?
He was in a real shell against James DeGale. Coming forward, try his best against this Olympic medalist. Darren Sutherland, 2 out of 2 so far, both by knockout and quickly. Right hand was good, and Chilaya felt the weight of that, and it's early. And a good jab. He said, I'm not going to compare myself to what James DeGale did. I'm going to get on with my own career. And that's sensible from the charismatic Dubliner.
Yeah, well delivered, those couple of punches there, especially the right hand. These are thumping shots. Chilaya very strong. Looking at him, you expect it will take a good shot. Oh, lovely.
Good combination from Sutherland and a body shot. He's been sparring with the excellent Commonwealth middleweight champion Darren Barker. And how sharp does he look already in the first? Chilaya having trouble. It's steady, it's effective, and it's accurate.
Yeah, and it's sharp. The jab, really, that's not a range finder. He's really sending that home. Solid and accurate.
He's already opened up Chilaya, as DeGale couldn't really do. Sutherland and DeGale fought 6 times in the amateurs. Sutherland won 4, but lost the all-important one in the Olympics. Could be a rivalry growing down the years.
I like the way he's thinking, what he's doing. In, punches out, back out of there again, then start all over again. Not staying in after he's landed the shots. A big draw of breath there from Chilaya. He is totally confused. He does not know where the punches are coming from.
The big broad shoulders of Darren Sutherland in excellent condition at 12 stone 1, just above the super middleweight limit. And a terrific start once again for Sutherland.
Second round, round 2.
The second round, the all green of Darren Sutherland in his 3rd outing. And looking very sharp and positive. in the opener against Vebkir Chelaya, who's in his 19th fight. He's won 9 and lost 9. Extended James DeGale the distance. Can he do that with Darren Sutherland? On first looks, you would think not.
Yeah, well, a couple of times Chelaya didn't look all that happy in the opening round. A couple of body shots seemed to sicken him. He got a little bit confused. He just has to be careful. I mean, as I say, I think he's capable of producing better than you see from him. But Sutherland just not giving him a chance.
Got a big weight advantage in there, Sutherland. And there's a golfing class in terms of skills and what's in the arsenal. I mean, the word already for those who have sparred with Sutherland around the country is that this guy is really good and he's going to be a top professional. Chelaya tries to get a right hand in, but it's pretty much all Sutherland here.
Yeah, leading with the left hook now, Sutherland, so completely confident.
And that thudding, strong jab, such a useful weapon, Jim.
Yep, still think, especially as you move up in the divisions, still the best punch in the business. It can open opponents up and it can sicken them.
Tries a little combination, but taking his time. There's the jab. Once more, it's heavy, it's long, and it's effective.
He's just not missing with anything, is he?
Nope. He's got a really good head on those strong shoulders, Darren Sutherland. He was down in the Peacock gym watching his hero Floyd Mayweather last week in that open training session. And he was saying, I'm not getting carried away, but I'm just going to go and do my job, fight by fight. And he's starting to get through now.
That was a signal, that uppercut, Adam. Yep, you wouldn't want too many more of those.
Body shot too. Chelaya shakes his head and goes back into that shell that James DeGale had to deal with. Can Sutherland take him out? And nothing wasted, and also he's not panicking at all.
No, everything's under control. Doesn't see that he has to rush. Everything he throws is landing, and he's taking nothing in return. Why would you want to change?
Just trying to break through those gloves of Chelaya, who's trying, but he's not really succeeding.
Breathe up, same thing again, yeah? Breathe up, breathe up. Breathe up, suck it all up. Yeah, keep working in the jab, little movement, give him a lot of feints and not enjoying.
Frank Maloney believes he's going to become a world champion, Darren Sutherland.
Body, head.
What a statistic.
Yep, well, he's an excellent pro already. I mean, I know we can't make our mind up about him till we see him in some really competitive fights. But what he's done so far tonight has just been total class. Taking nothing, landing just about everything. Chelaya is a tough man, but there's signs that, I mean, if this was a 4-rounder, we'd maybe think about seeing it out. But the extra couple of rounds, 6 rounds, still 4 in front of him. I wonder maybe if he'll be thinking, no, I don't need another 4 rounds of this.
Round 3.
This the round that he caught up with Sergei Navarka in Wigan in March in fight number 2. His debut was in Dublin in front of his fans, his home crowd. He got that job done over Georgi Iliev in 1, and he's starting to put the punches together with more authority and intent. He wants a stoppage, Jim.
Yeah, I mean, the previous round you could have scored it 10 way through. I'm just wondering if the referee having a look there. I mean, Chelaya's just been tuned up here. I mean, he's tough. No signs that he wants to quit, but when a fight reaches the stage where one guy's just been tuned up, it's not competitive, you can stop it for that reason. But if Chelaya keeps throwing back as he's doing, full credit to him, then he'll be left in there.
From the heavy hands of Sutherland, does just try and get a left in. And some body shots. It's a better effort from Chelaya than we saw against James DeGale, and that was a tough night to judge DeGale on, who bounced back in style in fight number 2 in Belfast.
I think the problem with De Gale, you know, he didn't make Chalaya fight. You know, he kind of just moved around him, popping away at him. Whereas Sutherland's walked right up to him, throwing solid punches in every round.
Brain ticking over, composed. Sutherland wants big tests quicker because he's that bit older than De Gale. Some of the other amateurs who've turned pro in the last year. Even though they're landing on the gloves, these are really hurtful. And Chalaya squat and under, well, really intense heat, intense pressure.
And he's still trying to come forward. Chalaya, I mean, he really deserves a lot of credit here. He's not just looking to make this easy, looking to hide. He's trying to get punches off, but he's just completely outgunned.
A good body shot.
That was well low. That was well low, that one.
Well, John Keane doesn't say anything and lets it go on. Was that just under the waistband there? Chalaya didn't like it one little bit. And he doesn't look like he's got a great deal of quit in him. Sutherland back to the jab.
I don't think it landed in the danger area. It looked actually, Adam, as though it landed in the thigh, believe it or not. Maybe we'll see it again at the end of the round.
Straight back to the job, though, for Sutherland. And wins the round.
Second round, round 4.
Furthest Darren Sutherland has been in a professional ring, the 27-year-old college student from Dublin. He's put his studies on hold to live his dream. Back to the jab against Fevkia Chalaya, the Georgian, who's got 5 knockouts in his 9 wins. Stubborn, trying to put up some resilience, an occasional left hook, but too much from Sutherland, and this is early in the round.
I mean, I think if he steps up the pace and just keeps throwing punches, the referee would step in here.
They're trying to bring the uppercut into play. Could be a good idea. As Chalaya crabs his way forward. He's only 11.5 stone, Sutherland 12. And such a big super middleweight. Just trying things out in a body shot, and that was a good one. And again from Sutherland. Nothing wrong with those. He's tough, isn't he, Chalaya?
You just at times you wonder, should this go on much longer?
Yep, he's going to go in, and he does get the stoppage win, Darren Sutherland. Well, that's a psychological notch over James De Gale. I'm sure he won't care too much about that, Darren Sutherland, but promoter Frank Maloney will love it. It's 3 out of 3, all by stoppage for the former Beijing Olympic star, and he continues to look the real deal, Jim.
Yeah, that was an excellent stoppage from referee John Keane. But credit to Sutherland, some fighters would have thought, well, this fella's going the distance, so I'll just box my way around here, make it easy. But he didn't. He was always looking for the stoppage. He was always putting full power into the shots, stepping in with them, a couple of body shots. And at this stage, what was the point of allowing this to continue? Chalaya had earned his wages, had well earned his wages. He was being tuned up. No thoughts of him getting into this fight. So I think Keane was looking for an excuse to stop it, and Sutherland gave him that excuse.
I think that's the best one so far, you know. Again, another tough opponent. You know, he could take a shot. He wasn't really doing too much, but he was tucking up well, so I had to really be patient. And that's what we were working on with Brian, is look, I've got a good jab, and I got to use it. Just take my time. There's no rush. I don't need to be a first-round knockout artist, you know. I think I'll get to you in the end, and I'm just going to keep improving each time, and I just ask Frank when I'm out again, because I can't wait to box again.
Have you sent out a message to the other prospects in the division, and James De Gale in particular?
To be honest now, I'm just concentrating on my own career. You know, I wish them all the best. And the thing is, if we all keep doing well, there's some exciting time for the British and Irish fans in the future, you know, because there's going to be some good rivalries going on, you know. So just get behind whoever's your favourite and follow us, and let's see what happens.
At 27, how keen are you to step up in class soon?
I'm not rushing because of my age. I'm rushing because I'm just eager to perform and I want to be the best, you know. But I'm a young 27. I didn't start boxing until I'm 15, and people don't understand this. The other guys are actually boxing longer than me. You know, I'm a late bloomer, a late star. I've got loads of life left in me, and I haven't reached my best yet. So,
You now join us for a special super middleweight contest of 6 3-minute rounds. Introducing to you firstly in the red corner, wearing the purple trunks with red and white trim. He comes from Odessa in the Ukraine and weighs in at 11 stones, 13 pounds and 8 ounces. Tonight he enters the ring with a 3-fight record, 2 wins. One of those wins coming by way of knockout against a single defeat. Please welcome Gennady Rasalev. And his opponent in the blue corner, wearing the green trunks with white trim. He fights out of Dublin in Ireland and weighs in at 12 stones. He enters the ring with an unbeaten 3-fight record, 3 wins. All 3 of those wins coming by way of knockout. As an amateur, he was a 2008 Beijing Olympic bronze medalist. Please welcome Darren Daz Sutherlands. Your referee is Mr. Mark Green of Romford. Boxers, please.
Okay, gentlemen, you've got your instructions in the dressing room. Remember, I tell you to break, you break quickly, you break cleanly. Apart from that, protect yourself at all times. Shake hands, gentlemen. Good luck to both of you.
And impressive, too, that Darren Sutherland has come on bang on the 12-stone super middleweight limit, even in a non-title contest, which means the discipline is there in the gym. No problems when he does have to move into title contention, which might be sooner than originally planned. Such has been his progress, apparently, working in training. They're astonished how quick he is progressing. He's in the green trunks here with this Ukrainian, Gennady Rasalev, who's 31 and has won 2 out of 3 and is caught by a big right hand and a body shot early from the super confident Sutherland.
Yeah, he settles into his boxing so easily, Sutherland. He's just adapted his style from the amateurs to the professional ring very well and looks very smooth as he gets the job going.
We covered his pro debut in Ireland, and it was a real happening that night. I was amazed how much interest there already was in him. So he requires very, very little selling, certainly on the other side of the Irish Sea, and he's building his fan club on this side of it as well.
He's a textbook stylist, getting the jab to work, a solid jab at that. There's no just feeling with that punch. And then nicely in range to get his other shots on.
Rasalev did suffer his only defeat last time out, but it was against an unbeaten fighter, Alexander Cheviak, and that was on point, so he was durable enough in that too. Sutherland might do well to stop him, but he has been stopping everybody so far, all 3 of them inside 4 rounds.
Well, I think that's what they'll be looking to do on his team, just move him up and move him pretty steadily. He's 27 already, so he hasn't got that much time. He wants to make some decent progress.
This is the first of 2 fights in 10 days for him. Due out again on July the 10th in Sunderland. And there are tentative plans maybe to get him an Irish title fight against Jim Rock. That's one Frank Maloney wants to see anyway. Good right hand there from Rasalev. He's landed with a couple. Not let Sutherland have everything his own way in this opening session.
No, he's stubborn enough. He's tall. He's got a long reach. Trying to use that a bit more. Looking to whip a right-hand counter in against Sutherland.
There's a lovely 3-punch combination in there from Sutherland. He's just a little vulnerable maybe to a right over the top at the moment. And Rasalev's used that a couple of times in this round. Lovely uppercut. It's got all the shots, Sutherland.
Yeah, very good style. Nice rhythm. Gets one shot delivered and then the next one is rolling on its way.
Lovely left hook from him as well. Not much head movement from Rasalev. He was a sitting duck for it. Sutherland's round. He worked very nicely there most of the way anyway. There's Darren Sutherland, behind his cornermen anyway. He's got this running rivalry with James de Gale, Britain's Olympic gold medalist from Beijing. Sutherland beat him 4 out of 6 times, but lost the Olympic semi against him decisively.
They're just showing himself a little open from the right hand from Razalev.
Green trunks. Nice jab from Razalev. He doesn't look a mug, does he? He's not just here to make up the numbers. He's come here with a little bit of ambition of his own by the look of what we've seen so far.
No, certainly no pushover, but you wouldn't really want that for someone like Sutherland. He has ambition. He puts the work in. You need good fights for his education.
Got caught with the left hand there after landing a good shot of his own. He just might want something a little more significant by way of a test. Look at Razalev coming in here, throwing some good shots and landing too. This is tough as Sutherland's at it so far.
Yeah, it's the first time we've seen him being tested, being hit with good shots. And this is where he has to be a little bit careful. Razalev's fancying a little bit, wants to get his punches on. This is where we need to see his boxing ability.
Razalev hasn't read the script here, has he? Maybe a tougher opponent than they'd imagined that they'd signed. That can sometimes happen, can't it?
Very much so. You know, you're looking just to move someone steadily, but get the right matches, and you just get somebody with a bit too much ambition.
Another left hand from him as well. Razalev, who's from Odessa. Did the Sutherland camp have their own Odessa file on him?
Well, he's took a few shots, Sutherland, but he handled them all okay.
Little left hook there from Sutherland. He's got a bit of damage already on the right cheekbone, Sutherland, and I tell you what, Razalev has really asked some big questions of him in this round, and Sutherland responds. Oh, tremendous right hand from him, followed earlier by an uppercut. This is a good round and a surprisingly competitive fight. There's cheekbone damage too for the Ukrainian.
And that fight 10 days ago might be a little in jeopardy, the way that right cheekbone is swelling up.
Yeah, 10 days time, and Sunderland, that's due. At least it's not eye damage. Good body shots there from Sutherland.
Just getting drawn in a little bit, Sutherland. The jab was good, but he's took a few punches. You don't want to see him take too many more. He needs to keep control of this behind the jab.
Another really good right hand from Sutherland there. He felt that in another juddering punch. He's coming up with some answers of his own here, having been posed a few questions in a fascinating second round. Arriving late tonight, top of the bill act, British super bantamweight champion Jason Booth, held up by traffic, been an accident in the Blackwall Tunnel, and he's only just got here, and will have to prepare quickly. Not ideal, that. That's a blow for the champion. In the football season, Derby County had an accident in that tunnel, or encountered one, and had to arrive at Charlton Athletic on the Woolwich Ferry. Travel problems, it's all part of sport, you know. Back to this one in the ring, Darren Sutherland getting a tougher argument than he might have anticipated. The Irishman with the green trunks, so he's won both the rounds, but Razalev, this Ukrainian, has really been rather good, hasn't he, so far?
Yeah, well, he's certainly been games come to fight. Landed with some good counters. And there's another left hook, just making Sutherland think.
Now, what's significant about this is this is the first time we've really seen Sutherland just posed a few questions. How does he respond?
But Razalev definitely capable enough. Only one loss on points against an undefeated fighter.
Yeah, but he's a 3-fight novice, isn't he? I mean, he's had less fights, or the same number anyway, as Sutherland so far as a pro anyway. But he's 31. He's got a gritty kind of nature about him, and it spits out defiance. You can see it in his body language.
Yeah, looks solid, doesn't he? I'd like to see Sutherland be in and out of range a little bit quicker than he is. He's getting his shot on, but he's still around when Raslev comes to retaliate.
Good shots. Does throw them in combinations, punches in bunches, Sutherland, and he can put them together as well. Sainicus, there's that right hand again, and you wonder how many of them have to land before Raslev really starts to give ground in a serious way. You see, the thing, isn't it, when you're a big prospect and everybody's raving about you like Sutherland, there's a pressure to go in and put a show on every time, not just win.
Yeah, there is, and I think a lot of people just think, you know, because you've got medals and in the amateur, you're just going to walk out there and it's all going to be easy, and it never is. You've got to work your openings, you've got to be gritty, and you've got to stick to the job.
There are always unexpected obstacles.
But look at the class, the hooks, and then he changes to an uppercut, works the jab very well. The class is evident there.
More damage. This time around the eye of the brave Raslev. The left eye's a bit of a mess, in fact. Looks like more than one cut. That's, I think, caused by those heavy right hands Sutherland has been landing.
Well, Sutherland's busting him up, isn't he? That jab so solid, he takes a breath, Raslev. This is hard for him.
Still, the evidence really is that Sutherland has lots and lots and lots of talent.
Busy boxing week. Friday Fight Night features a real thriller as one of America's rising stars, the classy Victor Ortiz, meets Argentinian banger Marcus Maidana. It's a cracking light welterweight match. Do not miss this. Join us from 10 this Friday, July the 3rd, Sky Sports 1.
Yep, busy week of boxing. And here at the sweltering York Hall, Bethnal Green, I don't know what the temperature was in the shade today. At ringside, I reckon it's well over 100. Really, really hot in that ring for the boxers under the lights. Makes it a bit harder, doesn't it, Glenn?
Oh, certainly does. It saps all the energy out of you. Yep, difficult conditions, but as a fighter, you have to adapt to all of that. It's all part of your education.
Make no mistake about it, these two are super fit. Sutherland looking to find the combinations again. Not quite so snappy or clean with them that time. Brave effort from Raslev, but bit by bit is Sutherland beginning to break him up. Let's see.
I'd like to see Sutherland not get too involved, just keep him on the end of that jab, just keep safely breaking him down, not taking chances.
This fellow could be as big a name in Ireland as Steve Collins if all the hopes they have for him are realised. They want to clean that up a little bit. Referee Mark Green going to clean that up and then have another look. No, he's not letting him go on. That's it. Shame, really. Bit of an unsatisfactory ending. Sutherland's won inside schedule again, but I reckon that was his toughest fight so far.
Very much so. He answered a few questions, but defensively needs to tighten up a little bit. But the jab was good and just bit by bit busted Raslev up.
Yeah, if you were being picky, you'd say he got hit a bit too much against that level of opponent.
Yeah, but at this stage, you know, he's trying to put a show on. He wants to be exciting, so he's going to take a few chances. And when you do that in boxing, you have the danger of getting hit, you know. That's the name of the game.
And he bears the scars of being hit as well, Sutherland, sustaining a little damage on the cheek. That might, as Glenn was suggesting, threaten his scheduled appearance in Sunderland on July the 10th, end of next week. So they'll have to have a look at that and maybe just rethink it. There's no real hurry, is there? But they have promised him on that bill, so they'll want to deliver.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the time, 1 minute and 16 seconds of the 4th round. Referee Mark Green stops the contest. Raselev with a severely cut eye and in no position to continue. Your winner from Dublin and still undefeated, Darren Sutherlands.
So far, so good for him. Definitely has a bit of star quality, that's for certain. And he already sells tickets and arouses interest, and that's a fine start. The talent is there. Meanwhile, the man in a hurry, Jason Booth, in a quick rush because he's got his British Super Bantamweight title to defend, and he's only arrived in the last few minutes because of those traffic problems. Will that have an effect against Rocky Dean tonight in the British title battle? Meanwhile, back at ringside, the victorious Darren Sutherland is there with Ed Robinson.
Well, Darren, 4th straight win, but you're showing the signs of battle a little bit.
Yeah, listen, we're not playing marbles, you know, it's a tough sport, and you know, the opponent's gonna hit you back, you know. This is only the start. If I want to do good things, you know, it's gonna be a lot of hard battles to come, and you just gotta keep learning all the time, you know. So.
Were you happy to get a bit of a test tonight?
Yeah, I wanted to keep going. Like, I'm disappointed that they stopped because of the cut, because, you know, I wanted to keep improving, and I was just starting to get to him as it was going on. But yeah, it was just the way it goes, and you know, I'm keep learning. That's just what it's about. It's about learning. You know, amateurs and pros are two different sports, and I know that from day one. You know, so I'm learning. It's a learning process. So I'll keep going.
What did you learn in there?
Move your head. You know, I actually had a bit of a cut earlier in sparring, so it just reopened. So that was kind of playing on my mind going into it. But no, I'm learning. As I said, I'm trying to improve all the time. I took a few shots there. The guy was game, and that's what it's about.